Whoa, Branzino? Who's Mrs. Table?
Well, sometimes we just order extra food for the table. We call it Mrs. Table.
You ordered a whole bone-in Branzino for the table?
Well, sometimes it's branzino, sometimes it's fries, sometimes it's lobster rolls.
Lobster rolls?
Yeah.
I have been subsidizing lobster rolls for Mrs. Table! A not real person is getting $48 Branzino!
I don't think we filmed in order, so I don't, but we roughly film like in blocks. So we'll do like 3 episodes at a time, not necessarily 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like maybe it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, you know, like just, it's all kind of jumbled a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I think that episode came at a time in shooting where some of what Ava had endured from the first episode had been established. So I think it was earned. Like, I think I had, you know, experienced by the character enough to warrant the big throwdown. Yeah. I didn't practice the scream because my apartment walls are really thin, and I feared that my neighbors would not only hear it but be distressed and calm down. So I didn't practice the scream. I tried to just, depending on the thing, I think for this thing I learned the lines and just kind of went in and let her rip. I knew that, you know, so much of it felt clear to me, like on the page, and I get such amazing guidance from Paul, Lucia, and Jen, so I had a feeling we'd work it out, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like Dad's mad, and like my coach is mad. Like, whenever I've been in trouble in my life, like it was definitely like channeling the way that yeah, that would go down for sure. It's nice. I really appreciated them doing that, especially with everything going on with like late night writers right now, and obviously with the show covers, it's like unfortunately coming to fruition. Yeah. Must have been like 8 or 9 fish.
Really?
At about 8 or 9. Yeah, because we cover it a lot, so I think they wanted to throw in multiple setups. So we do a lot of coverage. So, yeah, it's a lot of fish. I so relate to Ava putting so much effort into service of other people and expecting that level in return and feeling disappointed when that does not happen. I think it taps into this thing of like, not just like the boss, you know, employee dynamic that exists there, but really many relationships where you are, you know, it's like you put effort into something, and to watch someone be like, oh, I didn't even, you know, notice, or to be like kind of taken advantage of in any way, it's like so upsetting. So I feel like I so related to that, like, thing. And it was also like, it was so crazy to do that scene, because the actress that I'm yelling at is like one of my best friends in real life, Sandy Honig, who is like truly one of my best friends. And so it was so crazy to like get mad at her, because I just have never been like mad at her, and it was crazy. Yeah, that was a wild scene. Meryl gave me such an amazing performance to play off of. She just like captured that perfect, like innocent, like, yeah, lobster, like just in totally enraging, like flippancy, you know, for someone like Ava who has worked, as she says, so hard. It was perfect. It was like Meryl was giving me exactly what I needed to throw down. Yeah, I think we did that maybe like 4 times. And it was pretty straightforward just in terms of the coverage on me because my car was on like a like a like a flatbed. Like I wasn't actually driving. There was someone else driving, like my car parked on it. So we did that only a few times, I think. And then yeah, I think the whole sequence is pretty intact from what we were given towards the beginning of shooting. I think you're hitting on something, which is that like it is a cumulative crash out. She's dealing with Deborah giving her shit and not, torturing her and everything with Rob, everything at work that has just like been so frustrating. She's also totally heartbroken over everything that has gone down still. Like, I think it's totally cumulative, but I also think like even the effort she put into the writers would be enough. But she's trying to get this show off the ground and Deborah's fighting her every step of the way and they're not turning in the material she needs them to turn in and they're taking advantage of her when she's remembering their birthdays. I mean, she's just totally in over her head. Her ex-girlfriend comes, Ruby being there and her just like totally pathetic. I mean, talk about something that was cut. There's like a scene that was cut of me after that moment where Ava is in the horrible makeup from Sephora and she's in her car in the parking lot and she is sobbing, weeping, crying. And Dan Bukatinsky comes up and is like, "You okay?" And Ava's like, "Yeah, sorry, just saw a video on Instagram of I think the line was like, I just saw a video on Instagram of a ballerina with dementia hearing Swan Lake and immediately remembering the dance," or something like that. Or like it might have been like something to do with a dog. Now I'm butchering it, but anyway, like there was just like this scene out there where basically Ava's like trying to cover that she's crying in the car and Dan gives her a little insight and she kind of has this like moment where she gets her act together before she then goes to get broken up with. Like, she has this like personal life that's deteriorating. Like everything's coming down Ava, you know what I mean? Like it's not going well. Ava, I think it would be really nice if she could figure out how to have a healthy balance between her women, meaning Deborah and whoever else she's seeing, and her work. I think her main relationship is Deborah and her work. And I think it would be nice if she had a little more sense of balance. I think that is if I'm psychoanalyzing her, where she should grow. Who knows? Maybe she can get there in a season. I mean, I think I just want her to be okay and to clean up a little, just do a lot of I don't know, just really to learn the lessons she needs to once and for all. And I know life is whatever. People, take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, whatever it is. But yeah, I would like it if she got a little peace and just balance. We don't have those types of conversations typically. They are a totally contained creative unit. but I mean, we have so much fun just like talking about like silly things that she can do. I think that's like I'm always pitching something like whatever, stupid. And they'll tell me like ideas, like maybe we'll have Ava do this, and I'm going, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think clearly what she's going after for Deborah's late night show is for it to feel political, topical, and not cookie cutter or geared towards like advertisers or the network or like, you know, as she says, moms, I guess. And I think that's you know, consistent with Ava's aim throughout the series. You know, she wants Deborah to get more personal. She wants to push her writing. You know, I think that Ava has been always a great writer. I definitely decided early on that Ava was like so goofy around women in a way that like, it's like, how does she pull these girls? Like, they are all so fine, and she's such a she's like such a dingus. Like, she's just like totally, she's just like a totally goofy, like even on the lesbian cruise, she's like, like there's just such a like like thing about her around women, which I think is just, that's like how I'm like, yeah, I like that she's like that. As to your point, it's like a way for me to inject a little goofiness into a woman who's otherwise running around being like, Deborah, don't do that, you know. I think she's fun and like such a derpy girl, and I love that. Like, even with the like Ace Ventura comment.
Hello.
Do I look like a fun and flirty vacation girl?
You look like Ace Ventura, pet detective.
Both are sexually viable.
Stuff like that, any moment to, you know, when Ava's feeling happy or she's feeling like she's not in a situation in the show where she's having to discuss material and what we need to do and how we need to be and all of these things. Like, I try to give her a little like, yeah, a little goof. And I think they have received that from me and like upped and integrated that for her throughout. Like, I think that's like my way of, yeah, just keeping her like fun. Totally, I think she's closer with these people than she is with her own family at this point, you know? Like, she didn't have like the most consistent relationship with her parents, and then when her dad passed, like, it became this thing of like her mom drives her crazy and she loves her, but it's like very hard, and their relationship is hard and frustrating. And I think, you know, friends are like chosen family, and Ava has chosen family in the Deborah Vance ensemble, you know? So yeah, I think she's like stoked to see these people who she feels like safe with in this world that is separate from like her life in LA or any of that. It's just like, yeah, kind of familial in that sense, where she's like, I'm in Vegas, like, I'm in Vegas to see the family. Like, you know, it's like this separate place with these very close people. So it's similar. When I read it, I was of course crying. I'm like reading this thing sobbing whenever I'm like, they give me scripts. Like, it gets me so hard. Like, I always say like I watch the show like a fan, because I do. Like, it's, you know, not only is it so personal because I feel so like maybe perhaps like one of the closest people to, you know, the emotion that she experiences, because I am of course the one doing it, but like I feel just like as a viewer, like that's what you would hope, like this is the dream of all dreams of what Ava would want from Deborah, especially after a season of just eating shit, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it just it was very cool and meaningful, and I knew just like, I mean, if I see a clip, like when they post them and tag me, like I'm crying. I'm like, this is my girl, and she's like standing up for my other girl, and I'm just loving it. It means the world. There is no greater tool for like social change than art, I believe. Not to like pat anyone on the back or toot our own horn. We're not frontline workers, but I think that the way to open people's hearts and minds is through film and television and music and documentary and art in all forms. I believe it is an incredibly effective tool, and being a part of a show that understands that, with creators who understand that and who feel it is their job and their responsibility to speak to these issues, is my dream come true. It is a standard for me. You know, there will be things that I do, God willing, if I have, you know, have the opportunity that maybe aren't as political, that are more sentimental or just funny. But it will always be my hope to do work that feels political and that feels like it speaks to our present reality, which is a very dark and really, really horrific one in many ways, and beautiful in others. But yeah, I think it is the greatest gift and such an honor, and being a part of that, especially like an issue like climate, which is very, very close to my heart. I have heard nothing. I know nothing. I swear.
Yes.
But I'm so happy and ready to go back to my family and to work with my incredible crew every single day. Like, you know, like I started the show when I was 24 and I'm 30 now, and we've had the same crew the entire time. Like, these are like my longtime coworkers, but they're also my legitimate friends, and every single person who works on set is like my buddy, and I love them, and we get to hang out every day for like 6 months, and then I miss them and we don't get to hang, and then we come back and it's amazing, and I'm really eager to get back to them, and just every single human being there is so lovely, and they all love each other and they love comedy, and it's like the best thing ever. And that is going to be really hard for me to not see them in that capacity. We will be hanging, like we all have like relationships outside of work, but getting to go to work every day with your real friends is for like a long period of time, and watch people get married and have kids and like live their lives and grow, and that's the best part.